right now. Okay, so real competition tracker sheet, that's what I called it. And it was just basically like all of our facilities, and we have 11 tabs. We have, and I gave, these are the 2 that we have now. But essentially, like Ball Ground and Fayetteville are 2 of our facilities. And then I said, you know, I really just want like I actually interviewed like, you know, a good handful of people, but I said, you know, I really want like just a spreadsheet that can show me the competition and what they offer, and then like how much they're charging. And like, you know, we came up with this like spreadsheet, right, which was like this. And actually the truth is the spreadsheet when she first started out was like probably just 3 or 4 columns. And then as she started going through and looking stuff up, I was like, oh, you should add this, you should add this, you know, and then she started going back and adding everything and stuff too. So essentially this was her very first task. Her name is Karen, and I hired her from Upwork. Okay. And this was the task was, I want you to create this like master competition tracker sheet. And she ended up like creating this like beautiful spreadsheet that had like everything that you could possibly imagine about the competition. I was just like, when I sat with her like a week later and we had our meeting, I was like, okay, what'd you come up with? And she showed me her sheet and went through it. I was like, oh my God, this is so good. You know, and then, you know, and then it just really started to, you know, to get me thinking, like, maybe I should be hiring more virtual assistants to do more stuff, right? Maybe they could do more. And so that's kind of where the conversation started. And so I asked her to do the next task, which was, let me see if I can find that, which was let's see, Texas. All of the facilities in Texas. Let me see, storage facilities in Texas. Yeah. Okay. So then I was like, why don't I hire her to just start making a list of like facilities? And this is when I had happened to be in Austin and I was spending time there. And, you know, wherever I go, I always drive for storage because that's how I find storage facilities. And so she went around. So basically I went around and I found a whole bunch of storage facilities. I was like, hey, can you please put these on a list and make a list for me? And I apologize if my connection is poor. I'm in the Grand Tetons in the middle of the mountains, and sometimes my connection is really good and sometimes just like it sucks. So I apologize. Anyways, so she made this spreadsheet for me, which was like a totally amazing spreadsheet. Let me show you what this looks like. And it looks like this. And so she put this spreadsheet together, which was like the storage facility, address, city, population, like all this. We do a number of stars, number of reviews is what we do. And let's see what else, and then some notes and stuff, right? So this is like the sheet that she put together, her storage facility sheet in Texas. And when I met with her the next time to look at her sheet, I was like, man, this is such a really good sheet, man. It's like so good, because you see my sheet is like horrible when I make my sheets and stuff. And she really just took the time to put this like awesome, amazing sheet together. And so I was like, you know what, I need to give her some more tasks, right? And so then I was like, maybe she should just start calling all of these like people on the list. Maybe she can be the one that like calls instead of Chris or instead of me or whatever. And so we talked to her and we asked her, we said, would you be interested? And would you be interested in like calling owners? And she was like, yeah, I could totally do that. You know, she was like all up for it. And she's from the Philippines. And, you know, so the Philippines are very kind of reserved, very nice, very friendly. Like they're not, you know, like disrespectful at all. And so she was very nice and cordial. And so Chris worked with her, our acquisitions manager worked with her to get on the phones and start talking on the phones. And so she started calling all these people on the list. And then she started to get leads from them. right? And essentially the whole process was I was only going to hire her to do a couple of tasks. You know, I was like, I'm gonna just find some tasks. And then from there, I was like, you know, one of the tasks was like, let's just make some spreadsheets, all the stuff that I don't want to do. Let's do that.